Dell's Latitude presents itself as an overall solid all-round office device. The chassis is neither thin nor lightweight and likely will not win any design awards either. A gray, inconspicuous, understated 14-inch laptop, the focus is obviously on the internals. Unfortunately, there are a few missteps here as well, as our review will show. Do not attract any attention. That is an aspiration of laptops such as the Lenovo ThinkPad L14, HP ProBook 440 G8, and the Asus ExpertBook B1. Since our Latitude is one of the most expensive ones in this category, it begs the question which advantages it offers for its premium price tag. Only 8 GB of RAM and a 256 GB SSD for $1,000 cannot be all it has to offer. At this price point, the connectivity, performance, input devices, and of course, runtimes all have to be better. Is Latitude E5420 up to the task? The carbon fiber and magnesium reinforced chassis is highly resistant to twisting. Subjectively, it feels heavy and robust. Since the hinges are firm, the base unit has to be held down to open the lid. Although an indentation in front of the click pad can be used to lift the lid with one finger, the base has to be held in place after just a few inches. Compared to the 2020 Latitude E5410, the chassis has remained visually identical, drop-down hinges, an understated silver-gray finish, and a black keyboard. The biggest visual changes relate to the input device alterations, which in turn come with changes in usability. We will explore this in greater detail in the Input Devices section. The power button has been moved to the corner of the keyboard, where it sits in the form of a black button. It doubles as a fingerprint sensor for Windows Hello. The thick base unit of the Dell Latitude 5420 does not yield under pressure, and the lid feels solid as well. Applying pressure to the back of the lid creates no color distortions on the LCD. Only the right side of the keyboard area slightly yields. At 1.5 kilograms, 3.31 lbs, the weight of the Latitude 5420 can be described as moderate, while the ThinkPad L14 G2 AMD or Acer Enduro Urban N3 are significantly heavier. These two models aside, however, the Latitude is the thickest laptop in our comparison, 20.9 mm, 0.82 in, without feet. The Asus ExpertBook B1, Dynabook Tecra 40, and HP ProBook 440 G8 are all both thinner and lighter. This is where the Latitude is able to set itself apart from other laptops. Thunderbolt 4, a conventional Ethernet RJ45 port, smart card reader, NFC, and a SIM card slot for web access on the go make for a very compelling list. A microSD card reader is integrated into the right edge. It reaches fast transfer speeds with our reference memory card Angelbird AV Pro V60, 188 megabytes per second and 183 megabytes per second for copying and writing data, respectively. Aside the AX201 Wi-Fi adapter and RJ45 Ethernet port, the Dell laptop also comes with a SIM card slot under the display, which can be accessed from the back of the device. Therefore, the Latitude can be retrofitted with a compatible LTE module. The transmission speeds of the Intel AX201 do not quite meet our expectations, even when considering peak values. By contrast, the peak receive speeds almost reach the 1,500 megabits per second mark. The 720p camera in the lid is barely worth mentioning. It captures washed-out pictures that suffer from immediately noticeable artifacts. Even though this may be sufficient for video conferences, a higher quality solution is desirable even for this use case, particularly since the wide bezel would have provided enough space for a more premium camera. The camera is not exactly faced with tough competition, which also offers a mediocre experience. The color accuracy is poor and our test chart reveals significant image noise. Dell plays it safe on the side of security and complements the fingerprint sensor with a Dell Secure port, an integrated smart card reader, and a webcam shutter. The shutter works by mechanically sealing the webcam. Next to it, there is an infrared sensor, IR camera, which allows for facial recognition via Windows Hello. TPM 2.0 comes standard nowadays, since Windows 11 demands it. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos.